Now, this room is one of the more interesting rooms in the game. That is a hologram projector. It turns the room into a bright, starry field, but it also disguises where things are, which would be more dangerous if we had actual things like bottomless pits. As it is, we just have random enemies, and sometimes face planting into platforms because we don't see them. That is a living grenade. It hurts. You can, as I just showed, destroy the holograms before they leave the screen, but it really doesn't get you much. Plus, the enemies you can see coming. There's no bottomless pits. There's just this shaft that you have to drop down anyway. Nothing needs to recharge. Mechakiros infest this part of the corridor. And they are one of those enemies that is just annoying enough. They are not quite on level with your laser, your buster, so they make it difficult to hit. But they also take so few hits that it's almost an insult, the fact that they can hit you in the face. These, you can kind of just throw them onto the screen. That is, in my opinion, the safer way to do it, because they give you so little room on these platforms for error. And you can take them out, but honestly, they don't drop anything worthwhile. Weapon energy. I can use that. Life capsule. Well. Now there's a Mechakiro right there. Got a Yambo. Got another Yambo. It doesn't matter. We are here. Where are we? It's Shadow Man and the Gemini Laser of Doom. He does one of two things. He's going to do 3 hots. And then he'll either slide. You don't seem to care about that. I may have been wrong. I was wrong. Top spin is your danger. That's a really weird weakness to have. You don't like people doing jumping turnstiles. But it doesn't matter, we got your weakness. Ah, Shadow Blade. For those of you who remember fondly Mega Man 2, this is kind of the watered down version of the Metal Blade. Shadow Man is not weak to it like Metal Man was, and we also got Rush Marine, which is kind of pointless because, 1, we've already defeated the Marine stage, and 2, it's kind of pointless in the first place. Alright, so now we're going to take out Magnet Man, because Shadow Blade is his weakness. And the first thing we're going to see is a Magfly. Something. As you can see, they will do their best to pick you up and pull you. It's not that annoying, because if you wait for that one and go back, here's one who will gladly take you across the stage for no fee. However, if you don't get the right height, like I did this time, all he'll do is cheerfully drop you into the pit there. And yet another rematch with Proto Man, our dear brother. If he actually follows pattern, after his second jump you can safely slide under him. And as you can see, once again he opens the way cheerfully. Yes, thank you. Boing boing. My spring heads got deadly. A couple of parachees that are not worth bothering with. And this is the part of the stage that some people get really bent out of shape over. You have, in the following room, or rather the next room, the staple of Mega Man games everywhere, the disappearing block puzzles. Patterns are relatively simple, as long as you remember the timing. But here's where it starts getting a little tricky. They start putting them over these magnets. And the magnet has enough power to actually throw off your jumps if you get too close to the edge. And in I believe it's the next screen, they actually have you doing this over bottomless pits with magnets. And the screen after that, they have you doing it over bottomless pits with magnets going backwards. Which is why I'm not even going to bother with it. Oh, that was rather stupid. Well now. Okay, so up here at the top of this ladder, we have an enemy type called Crazy Cannon. Or a new Shotman, rather, a relative of Crazy Cannon. And one last of you. And let's see, I need Shadowy. Okay, now Magnet Man has two main stages of his fight as well. Well, not two main phases, so much as two different types of attack. One attack, he'll jump up, latch himself to the ceiling with a magnet on his head, and fire 3 magnet missiles at you. The other attack, which I hope he does more of, is when he just uses the magnet that he's made out of to try to pull you in while he's protecting himself with a magnetic field. He cannot take damage at that point in time, but neither can you unless you run full-fledged in. However, we have the Shadow Blade. It can be shot in several different ways. And it is, to my knowledge, it is rather short as far as range. I might as well use it. And there you saw the other attack, and as I just seem to be running face first into the enemies today. I don't know what's going on. But as you can see, Shadow Blade tears him down rather quickly, and it has a very small ammo requirement. Okay, this gives us the magnet missile. We can fire up to 3 at a time, and they do have a minor homing mechanism. They are also the weakness to Hard Man, who we are going after next in this run. And I've got to tell you, I am not looking forward to Hardman at all. Hardman is a ground type enemy very similar to Gutsman, and it's very different. Where he lands, he can even freeze you when he lands with the shake mechanic in midair. And it's very disconcerting because if you time it wrong, no matter where you are, you're going to get frozen, but if you time it wrong, you don't have time to dodge his hard knuckle. Here we have a new enemy type that replaced Pippi in this game, and it is much easier to deal with than Pippi ever was. That is a bee, and it drops a little nest that is full of chibis. They're rather annoying, and I'd rather not deal with them. The best way is to just scroll them off the screen. Now here is the other forced use of the rush coil in this game, where you have to rush coil up here to deal with this particular Hammer Joe. And there are ways to slide under that, but I've never particularly been good at them. Now, here is a real monkey on my back. No pun intended. There are two of them in this particular part of the level, and if you get close enough, they will jump and they stay on your tail. They are quite annoying. To the point where they can... What? Hammer Joes can also be taken out by shooting them in the toes. Never thought about that. Although Gemini Laser does have that nice reflect quality, it takes up an awful lot of energy and is really only good used as the weakness of Sparkman, I believe. These Picket Men I much prefer as opposed to their earlier brethren. Nothing to dodge, just shoot. Keep shooting. Alright, so I got two of those. Let's go the other route just for the life energy. This is what looks like a branching path, but it all leads to the same room at just different levels. There are two Mets in this room. Now this room gets a little more hectic because you cannot scroll this chibi out. All you can do is hopefully get down here quickly to take out Proto Man as fast as possible. The terrain gives him an advantage. And if you want to try to use a Robot Master weapon on him, don't bother. They all bounce off. And once again, he opens the way for you when you defeat him. Alright, I got 6 chances and 1 E-Tank. Now, Hardman, you want to stay next to the edge of the screen, because that, if you dodge properly, allows you to dodge the hard knuckle. Lets it go off the side of the screen without having a chance to come back. Now you can miss with the magnet missile. It's very difficult to do, but you can do it.